If you could, would you also move to England, or you want to stay?
I just wanted to study.
Okay, but you want to stay in Iraq. Okay.
I have to back to home.
You like your life here? You think it's
No, this is my
it's
country.
a good life?
This is my country.
Yes, of course.
It's about if I love this life or not. This life is not very super life, not very completed life. I know that there is a big difference between the level of life here and the other
Yes,
countries.
I see.
We have to develop this life.
Yes.
Help to develop this.
You believe you're destined to be here?
Some kind of
Yeah.
not my destiny. I chose it.
Yes.
Not my destiny. I chose it.
But you want to help your country
I can go
become
somewhere around.
better. You want to really, like, you feel like you're Iraqi and you want to improve your country, right? Okay.
Are you proud of your country?
Of course. We have some problems. But you know, your country, the last war you were in,
Yeah, 80 years ago.
8 years ago.
80 years.
We in the cycle of wars.
Yeah.
Every few years, a war began.
You think it's done now, or a next war will come soon? Maybe.
Now there's no war, but we are not stable.
Yeah.
Because we are Arab, we are Muslims, we connected to each other.
Yes.
For example, you and Austria,
Yeah. Yes.
Poland,
Yes.
have some other connections that
Yeah, like a relationship. Yes. Yeah.
we have relationships within our region. Our region is not stable now. If they are not stable, we are not stable.
Yes. Okay.
Mm.
That's true. Yeah, I hope the region becomes stable. But Iraq is doing very well.
Yes.
So many people think like when I say I'm going to Iraq, many people say it's very unstable region, but it has like peace for 10 years, so it's getting better now, right?
Yes.
Yes. Also,
To keep on with this stability,
Yes.
to at least achieve some of our plans, we need more stable years.
Yes.
To progress to a level, then we go to war, this level will back.
Yeah.
We go down.
Yeah, I see. I see.
so you think it's going in the right direction or not?
Now, I don't know, because we are in an unstable region.
Yeah.
All of our region is not stable.
Yeah.
Now,
So it changes,
the
goes
new
up and
government
down.
of Syria,
Yeah.
of those who those people who think that there's no borders.
Yeah.
We have to invade anywhere we can.
Yeah.
We have to distribute Islam, their view of Islam.
Yeah.
We have to distribute this view of Islam over many people.
Yeah.
Those who will not accept this type of Islam will not be accepted to live.
Yeah.
This is a dangerous thoughts, and because of such thoughts, we're not stable.
Yes. You seem very intelligent and knowledgeable about this.
You thought about becoming a politician or something?
Me,
Yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
Maybe. Okay, that's good. I want to become politician.
I want to be a politician.
Yes. I want to become a health minister. Because I think there are too many bad people in power. There need to be more good people in power, is what I think.
Bad people in power now.
Like all over the world, there are bad people in power. There are many bad people in power, like Donald Trump and so on, you know?
What can you say about Germany? Germany through these years.
It is okay, but it's getting worse now because we have like a lot of right wing politician. They don't want any immigrants. They want to the people that live here, who are like from Turkey or also Iraq or some other countries. They want them to go back, and they are very racist. Racist people, yeah. There are a lot of racist people.
Now,
And
these immigrants,
yeah.
are they effective in the society? Do they do good things? Do they do good jobs?
Most of them do a good job, but they are like only like few people who like sometimes do bad things. because they live in bad
You
conditions.
isolate these people and
Yeah, well,
fire them from Germany.
well, it's easy, but because the way that our states are made, we care about people, and even though these people, they're foreigners, they have the same rights as us, So if you say we want to deport the bad immigrants, then you can say, why don't we deport the bad Germans? That's the problem, because these people, they come, and at a certain point they have the citizenship, they have passport, so they're just like him.
They're immigrants or German.
They become Germans.
They become German.
Yeah, and I think it's good.
It's not immigrants.
No, yes, but like these right-wing parties, they want like Germans who have like a background of migration. They want to put them back in their country, which is like bullshit because they're Germans, right? They call it like remigration. So like, yeah, it's like an awful word.
Yes, but what you say, these bad people, just fire them and throw them out. It's impossible because they are now Germans.
Yeah, but it's only like
It's a balance. Bad people effectively.
yeah, but it's just like very few, like immigrants who don't behave. Very few. Like most, like 99% are like workers in healthcare and bakeries, and they are working and they keep the society up, but they are not seen as Germans.
Yes.
So this is like the problem with our integration, and now like people use this to create a narrative of like the lazy and rapist and whatever immigrant, and this is like just racism. It's not an argument, it's just racism.
It's like the ordinary people.
Yeah.
There's only a few group. The other people of Germany.
Yes.
I get the point. But in our knowledge, in our simple knowledge here in Iraq and all of our region, we thought, I don't know if this is true or not, we thought that Germany is a country which racism truly exists.
Yeah. It's true.
Among the other European countries, Germany is the most racist country. That's right.
Well, I would say
No.
Germany is not the no.
Eastern Europe.
Yeah, like right at the moment, like all of the industry nation become more racist and more right wing. For instance, Donald Trump is very racist. Viktor Orban is very racist, and the East Europe is also very racist. Yeah. They don't want any refugees.
But not many people, immigrants, go to Eastern Europe anyway.
Yeah, and I think like in general speaking, Germany is very open-minded, very tolerant. But they are like the very cruel people who want to establish racism, and they want to go back to Nazi, like to Adolf Hitler times. Yeah, they want to go back to these times, and this is like bad time, right?
I would like to ask my relative there in Germany.
Yeah.
The daughters are very Asian.
Yes.
She is a dentist. She told me that they cannot find a word because of the job.
Yeah.
Then she took off the hijab, and then she find it.
Yeah, unfortunately that's true. Yeah, that exists. There's a lot of racism in Germany. That's really true. But in comparison to the neighboring European countries,
Yes.
it is a bit less racist, and there's also a lot of people who are very open-minded. So it's like two groups, kind of. Yeah.
There's also, I think, the problem of immigrants.
Yes.
Is it an economical problem or cultural problem?
I think it's mostly cultural because the culture here and of people from these countries, say North Africa, Middle East, the culture is very different than in Western Europe. For example, the role of women in society. If here in Iraq, a woman is walking around in public, say, I don't know, on a beach in a bikini, this is unacceptable.
Yes.
This is unacceptable, but in the West, this is normal. And then people from the Middle East, they go to the West, and they see this and they say what, and they get angry.
Yes. Get angry.
They get angry because in their belief this is unacceptable. But that's that you have a problem because they have cultural differences, and differences often cause problems. Sadly.
Yes. I want to say the racist people fears that the immigrants will bring their cultures and affect the German culture.
Yes.
This is the big fear.
Yes, and it's in fact the German culture is already kind of affected, mostly in good ways. For example, the kebab, the food, the Middle Eastern food is everywhere in Germany, and the people love it.
Yes.
Very grateful for that.
Yeah.
But the culture, like the bad view for women, like they don't want this.
I would say like a culture of a country is something dynamic. It always changes, and when there are a lot of, for instance, like there were a lot of Turkish guest workers coming to Germany, and so like some,
You have a Turkish minority too.
Yes, we have a Turkish minority, and they were treated kind of bad when they came. They had like just go like to like a very far away district, and they would just stay there like for a few years, and then you will go back to Turkey. But in the end, they stayed in Germany, so there was no integration, just like two separate groups. This was like one big problem. But I think like cultural-wise, immigration is like a two-side project, and we Germans need to do something, and the immigrants need to do something. But like one thing that I don't accept is like when people are living very nicely and just like good-hearted, and people don't accept them after so many years. I don't understand that. And it's not fair for like these people who really want to integrate, and they are like always like people of second class kind of. They are not fully German, and I think this is really unfair, and this bothers me a lot. But like the culture, I think it's like it gets like more sides. There's more different cultures, like I think it's an enrichment for our German culture to have like Turkish people, Iraqi people, Syrian people. I really like that, but some people are like afraid of foreigners and they don't like it. I don't know.
So say that these people, they become part of the German culture,
Yes.
So the German culture is no longer what it used to be. It grows.
Not all the people think like you, that the culture is dynamic.
Yes.
Some people think that this is a fixed thing.
Yeah.
It must not be changed. It must be fixed. Small change are permitted, but big change, no.
Yeah.
Change will be a problem.
Yeah.
I think dynamic culture is good, but it would be a problem if the old culture gets lost.
Yes.
We can have many cultures, but it would be a shame for culture to get lost.
Yes.
Well, I think some culture is like out of time. Like some things can also change,
Yeah, no, for sure, but
the base must remain.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true, but it will. Of course it will.
Yeah.
But there are like some people saying Germany gets like Islamic Republic now, which is bullshit.
Oh.
Yeah, there's like there was a group.
Islamic country.
Yeah, there was like a.
If you want the Islamic Republic of Germany.
Yeah, people are saying that there was like a petition, like a movement against the Islamization of Germany, and we're doing like protests every Monday.
Oh.
And they were like a lot of Nazis, like Hitler shit, and there's still some movements, especially in East Germany, because East Germany has had less like in school less lessons about history. We talk a lot about history, about Adolf Hitler and his cruelty in Western Europe, but like back in the days it was less in Eastern Europe, and also the region has like worse economic situation than Western Europe. So there's a lot of racism in East Germany. Like the last election, like the AfD, which is like a very like right extreme party, they were like the biggest percentage in the East. In the West, it was like 10% or 20. It's still too much, but in the East, it was like 40% or something.
One of our biggest problems here in Iraq, we have a sanctions after the invasion of Kuwait.
Yeah. Still you have sanctions.
Yes, it was a very severe sanctions because we was just ended a new wars. One with Iran, it was 8 years war, and one with Kuwait.
Yeah.
In that time, the United States and its alliance headed not just the military bases, they hit the roads, hit the bridges, hit the power plants, the infrastructure of the country.
Yeah, they
At that
destroyed the
time,
infrastructure.
yes, and sanctions, full sanctions, without infrastructures, a country who just get out from two wars. This was the situation that time.
Yes.
And that time, the people did not have money. There was no food. When you have no food, you have no money, you have nothing. There was no jobs. Such situation, people from an aesthetic point of view, and it became weaker. Any aesthetics backwards.
Yeah, they bombed like the Middle East to like like 100 years back, kind of, right?
This is it. The unstable condition of that time move our society from an ethics, a society with a good behavior to a society with bad behavior.
Yes.
Yes, a corruption increase. The rate of corruption increased so fast.
Yeah.
If we move to a graph, it's so fast. It increased so fast. Because of that, after the sanctions, when US came to Iraq and that government went away, new government and the new system, which is the democracy, our people wasn't ready for the democracy.
Yeah, I know.
Democracy need that people have some of conscious that they can
To be educated.
not just educated. Their brain must be aware. What of this candidate? What do I want from candidate? I want the candidate to help me to make a good power plants, a good infrastructure, to make for me a good economy, so I can have a job, so I can live in a good way.
Yes.
Or I want a politician or a candidate who is just thinking of things that's not related with the people actual life, with the actual life of people. Now the candidates who are with the government, those who are related to their thoughts, to religious thoughts, not the actual life of people. We will improve your thoughts. We will not improve your actual life. We will not make electricity for you. We will
build a mosque or something.
ballet.
Like
Yes.
build a mosque somewhere, or just
Not build a mosque. We will make the religion win, the religion high.
okay.
They're using religion as a tool
That's
to get
right.
more votes.
Yes, this is the tool.
Yeah,
A
but
tool of
the
convincing people.
people also misunderstood elections because they were just voting for religious reasons and not what they actually need. You
Exactly.
said, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So like when the US entered and tried to get rid of Saddam Hussein and install democracy, the people were not really ready for that.
Yes.
So like I think like most importantly in all political systems and societies, the change has to come from within, not from the outside, and not from a third country or from anyone else, but the people themselves need to stand up for something and think what do they need. Nobody from outside can know that, right?
Yes. Now, what happened when the U.S. came here is that the U.S. chose those people who have a religious background to enter the government.
Yeah.
The first government. This government wrote the laws of elections. Those governments was consisting of those people who has a religious background.
Yeah.
These people chosen by the U.S.
Ah.
Yeah.
This is the base,
Just
and
probably.
this thing continued.
And it's hard to change this base, right?
Yes.
I see.
You think the U.S. could have done this differently?
Yes.
You think that the U.S. did this on purpose? That they did this with malicious intent? You know, that they intentionally did this wrong because they want to affect the country negatively.
Many people think that it was it was their intention from the beginning.
Yes.
The first question, before the sanctions, we have a military problem with Iran. We have a war against Iran, against Kuwait. When the U.S. and its allies came here, why did they hit the infrastructure? Why did they hit the power plants? For what reason? Is there any reason to hit a bridge? If I wanted to destroy a country, weaken the country. In my thought, I think that this region of the world is very a wealth region. It's full of oil.
Yeah, it should be. Yes.
Almost of the oil of the world is here.
Yes.
Because of that, if this region united in one, Alaikum Salam. If this region united in one decision, it will, for a certain level, it will change. It will control the global decision.
Yes.
I don't know if I.
Yeah, like the political power and like
Yes,
the.
there will be a political power.
Yes.
Because we have the source of oil, the
Yes.
source of energy of the world.
Yes.
Yeah, they could be a very powerful player like
Yes.
China or the U.S.
Yes.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if we are departed from each other and have our own problems,
Yeah.
it will be easy.
Yeah, I think
control this guy.
it is good to like for the US and for China and so on. It is good that there's chaos in Middle East, so the people, the government can't really negotiate with them. Like they're in a weak position because they need money, they need bridges because they were destroyed, right?
Yes.
So yeah, this is like a very malicious tactic. But I'm pretty sure it is like that.
Yes.
And there's like also proof for that because like Iraq and the mass destruction weapon, which were bullshit. So they really wanted to enter Iraq just to get oil and have an influence and get everything under their control, right?
I think not just to take in oil.
Yeah.
They want to plant the problem maker.
Yeah.
The time that Iraq, the time that U.S. came to Iraq, at that time religious problems started.
Yeah.
Not just in Iraq, in all the country.
Yeah. But on the other hand, are you kind of thankful to the US that they got rid of Saddam Hussein?
Yes, that's right.
Okay.
Yes, but at the same time, we solve a problem with a problem.
Yeah, like it could also be a solution, like if the Iraqi people or the army could have killed Saddam Hussein and not the US, right?
In that time,
Yeah.
at that time, it seemed that it was impossible that time.
Okay.
Saddam was a dictator and was governing the country with fire and we have
With
an
the iron,
expression
with the iron
with an iron and fire.
Yeah.
It means with violence.
Yeah.
This is an Arabic expression. We mean with violence.
Yeah.
That time he was governing the country with violence. No one can open his mouth, could
Yeah.
open his mouth that time.
Yes.
If you opened your mouth and protest against Saddam, you and your family will execute it. Not just you, your family.
And
No laws.
how old are you? Did you live to see this and experience this?
Yes. The time of that Saddam went away, I was 15 years old.
You're 2 years old.
15.
Oh,
15.
15
So
years
you
old.
remember?
Yes, I remember.
How
and I
old are
heard
you now?
from my family.
Yeah.
I saw that families who some of them was my relatives because of a sin of a single member of the family. All the family have a big problem. Some of them killed, some of them sent away out of Iraq, some of them have problems in their job.
And apart from these issues, obviously, lack of freedom and lack of freedom of speech,
Yes.
and the problem that he was a
Yes.
dictator taking money
Yes.
for himself. Was life better? Say, better jobs, better economic
In the
opportunities, or
time
was it
before
still
the,
shit?
yes, in the time before the sanctions, life. This is the worst of my family.
Yes.
I wasn't there at that time.
Yeah.
The time before the sanctions, life was good. Iraq, although there's a war with Iran, but this war was on the borders.
Yeah.
The inside of the country wasn't affected. After that, after the sanctions, no.
Can you I know about the sanction and that they were bad, but I don't have the background and not in mind right now. Like, when were these sanctions? Why and what did they include? Can you
Yes.
explain?
The sanctions. Saddam want to invade Kuwait.
Yes.
Saddam have its own thoughts that the Arab countries must be a one country.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So he invaded Kuwait for some certain reasons.
Yeah.
He invaded Kuwait. When he invaded Kuwait, the U.S., the United Nations, told him to leave Kuwait, or you will face big problems.
Okay.
He did not hear. He insisted to stay in Kuwait. After that, United States formed a group of alliance, 30 countries, I think, if I'm right, and fired Saddam from Kuwait. After that, U.S. and their alliance come to Iraq and hit the infrastructures, and then sanctions started because of that.
Okay. And what did these sanctions include? Like, was it like no
Full sanctions.
supplies?
Full package sanctions.
Everything.
Everything. We cannot
Everything?
sell anything. We could not sell anything. We could not buy anything from any country.
Yeah.
We could not sell our oil. We could not sell our products. We could not buy anything from the other countries.
So the society, like the people of Iraq, they suffered like hunger and
Yes.
hunger, death, and all of
Some
that.
statistics says that there is a 500,000 child died from the lack of food.
Oh wow! And
Yes.
this is not like against
You can
Saddam
read about
Hussein.
that.
It's like against humanity,
Yes.
right?
Sanction affected people.
Yeah.
Saddam lived in his palace with his family.
Yeah.
He did not face a problem. People faced the problem.
I feel like that's the whole problem with sanctions like this anyway, because the dictator, he doesn't give a fuck about his people.
Yeah.
And sanctions hit the people, and he's not gonna change his policy because his people are suddenly dying. I mean, he's fine in his palace.
Yeah.
It's the same like that with, I'd say, Afghanistan, the sanctions just hit the people.
Yeah. That's true. That's true.
Yes.
Oh, that's difficult. But you said you might go into politics, right?
I don't know.
You won't say no, right? So maybe.
Maybe.
Maybe. How
It's a
old are you now?
It is a flexibility in thought.
Yeah. How old are you now?
I'm 37.
How, again?
37.
37, yeah.
Yes.
So why not, right?
Yes. How old
But-
are you?
I'm 25.
25.
Yes.
Oh,
Do many people share your opinions here?
not many.
Do many people share your opinion that you
No.
have about Iraq, about the situation?
About the,
Like, do they have the same thoughts?
Yes. The thoughts and facts about the days of Saddam and the sanctions, people who lived in that time will speak the same words I'm speaking now.
Yes.
There's some differences, like there's it was safer than now. Now it's less safe. And if in that time, some people says, in that time, if you just work without reaching the political issues, you will be safe. Will be safe at that time.
Yeah, if you just like
some
it's
people
it's
think
in
that.
a dictatorship. Like you don't open your mouth, you will be
Yes,
fine.
you'll be fine.
But if you have like critical thinking and want more freedom, you won't be fine,
Yes.
right?
Don't think of freedom. Don't think of political ambitions.
Just sit down and shut up. Just
No, you
live
can
your
work.
life.
There's another issues in my life. You can go to it.
Yeah.
You can work. You can make family. You can.
Yeah.
Yes, that time. Some people think that from a cultural point of view, in that time, the government saved the Iraqi culture better than now.
Yes.
Now you see now we have this. Everything is an economic thing. Sometimes some things there's some things that we cannot deal with it as an economical thing, like the heritage of the country.
Yeah.
We have some here in Iraq. Iraq is an old, before Islam, Iraq was a Christian country before Islam. There is a type of Christianity called Nestorian. They were living in Iraq. They did have their own thoughts or theories. After Islam, they disappeared. You converted to Islam. We have their relics, we have their tombs, we have their writings. All of that is disappearing because they want to make complexes on these lands. This is an old land. This is a lands with relics, a lands with historical documents. They can bury it and build new complexes. This is unrespected behavior to the culture. Some people think that in the time before the U.S., the governments were more respectful for the heritage of the country.
Okay.
In another way, some people think that that government, for example, if you went to the relics of Babylon,
Yes.
the old city of Babylon,
Yes.
you will see that the old bricks, 1 or 2 meter, the next meter is built by Saddam.
Yes.
You want
Yeah.
to put his name.
We've seen that. We've
Yes,
been there.
you see
Yeah.
that. Some people think that is a destroying of the heritage of the country.
Yeah, I understand.
Yes.
Just
That's the
build
point of
something
view.
random new on
About
top.
the new situation, our nowadays, now you will see a different point of views. My point of view, maybe not many people think of it like that.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much. It was
Thank
very
you
interesting.
Thank you too. Hope you're enjoying
Yes.
being here.
Yes, it is so interesting to
Yeah.
learn more about your country
Thank you.
and
Thank you.
see like the different opinion of people and
Yes.
see what it's really like, because unfortunately we Germans only think of war when we hear Iraq.
Yes.
And
You're welcomed here anywhere.
Huh?
You are welcomed here anywhere, anytime.
Thank you so much. Thank
Anytime.
you so much.
Yes.
We feel very welcome here.
Yes.
Shukran, Habibi.